Good morning, everyone, and welcome in here on Live Now from Fox. We are approaching the top of the hour here, 7:57 over on the East Coast, and it is 4:57 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'll be here with you for the next several hours as we break down all of your top stories and live events from across the country and across the world. Right now, I do want to call your attention to the video that you're looking at right there on the right-hand side of your screen, just coming into our newsroom as we are following some breaking news right here off the top. Now, we have learned out of Stockton, California, that at least 4 people have died and several more injured in a shooting that happened at a child's birthday party. This happening late last night. Now, the county sheriff's office there receiving a report, they say, around 6 p.m. local time about a shooting over on Lucille Avenue. The Stockton Vice Mayor, Jason Lee, writing on Facebook that the shooting occurred at a child's birthday party and initially reported that the party was taking place at an ice cream shop in the area. You actually see it in some of the video there. However, sheriff's officials later clarified that the party and the shooting there actually occurred at a banquet hall nearby. Quote, "Tonight my heart is heavy," Lee said, in a way that's hard to put into words. As Vice Mayor of Stockton and as someone who grew up in the community, I'm devastated and angry to learn about the mass shooting at a child's birthday party. Heather Brent with the sheriff's office said at a news conference that 14 people in total were shot there. Of those 14, 4 of them died of their injuries. Now, unfortunately, police do say there is the potential that some others could pass away. The victims, including children and adults, and they've said that a preliminary investigation indicates that the shooting, quote, may have been a targeted incident. We do have this news conference that was held overnight with several different officials, and I do want to play it out for the first time right now on Live Now from Fox.
What we have confirmed at this time is that there was a banquet hall where a family was celebrating. We have 14 victims of this shooting. 4 of those are deceased. The victims have been transported to local hospitals throughout the area. This is a very active and ongoing investigation. Information remains very limited at this time. Early indications suggest that this may be a targeted incident. Investigators are exploring all possibilities at this time. Detectives are working diligently to determine the circumstances leading up to this incident. We are urging anyone with information, whether it's videotape, surveillance, maybe you're in the area and you saw something, to please contact the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office. Our #1 priority right now is identifying the suspect in this incident. We're very grateful for our local law enforcement agencies. We have called out several agencies to come in and assist.
A kid definitely died. I can just tell by the look on her face, and she took like a deep breath, before each time she speaks. There was some horrific stuff that she saw or figured out. A kid passed away or is about to pass away. I can tell. Bro, and that's crazy. 14 people. 14. 4 of them are already gone. And more will possibly be gone. You did all of that and you got away? At a child's birthday. A child's birthday party. It's a crazy world we live in, man. We got some sick, evil people that we live on this earth with. Sick and evil. It used to be, if you had a problem with somebody, if you saw them with their children, you left them alone. That's the way it used to be. Right? Hey, you get a pass today. But when I catch you again, just know, these folks just don't even care anymore. You could be with your kids, with your wife, with your grandparents. I think I told y'all about the story of some guy who was beefing with another gang and they couldn't get to him. So the gang found out where the dude's grandparents lived. They went and put the grandparents 6 feet in the dirt and lit the house on fire. What the grandparents got to do with anything? I mean, set the whole house ablaze while the grandparents is in there with, holes in their extra holes in their heads. Like, bro, these people are demons. Absolute demons. It's crazy. It's also another reason why, more people should be a little more cautious when you're out in public, I actually had a conversation with one of the homies because he has a bunch of firearms. But, like, whenever we're going anywhere or out anywhere, like, he never had it on him. Like, bro, what's the point of owning guns if you don't take them with you? Or at least one of them. I ain't saying you got to you ain't got to be out here walking around like Rambo, with a bunch of artillery on you, 2 9s, a 4.5, and you ain't got to be completely strapped, but have something. What's the point of having a gun if you ain't gonna keep it with you? There's a saying that goes, and it's always stuck with me, and I don't even remember where I heard this at, but I heard it a long time ago, and it goes, "I'd rather have it and never need it than to need it and not have it." I'm gonna say that one more time. I'd rather have it and never need it than to be in a situation where I needed it and I didn't have it. I've personally seen what it looks like when somebody needed it and they didn't have it. You don't come back from that. We get to visit your tombstone in the graveyard when a situation like that pops up. You know what I mean? So that's my philosophy. I'd rather have it and never need it than to be in a situation where I needed it and I didn't have it. Plus, I think it's pointless to own a firearm and you just leave it locked in the safe all day, every day. Fuck is the point of that? You might as well just take it back to the store you bought it from. It's not serving you in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying go out here and terrorize anybody or anything like that. I'm not advocating for that at all. But at least have it on your person. What if something happens? What if you were in this type of situation that we're hearing about here? You start hearing shots ring off. You get to a safe location now, at minimum, because typically in situations, if you start shooting back at the bad guys, typically they take off and run because they're not expecting projectiles to be sent back in their own direction. And typically, law-abiding citizens actually have aim, right? Because we can go to places and legitimately practice. We can hit the range, So, that's just my thinking. Like, I'd rather have it and never need it than to need it and not have it. Let me know if y'all feel the same way, or if some of y'all are like my homie who literally just leaves it at home all the time. Now he carries it a little bit more because I was getting on him. Like, bro, just get rid of it. If you not going, it's a paperweight. Well, what's the point of keeping it locked in the safe all day, every day? It's not serving you. It's not serving you at all. You bought it for protection. How is it supposed to help you protect yourself if it's sitting at home, but you 2 hours away? You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's jump back in, though. Such a tragic story right here. Such a tragic story.
Including Manteca Police Department, Stockton PD, we've got the District Attorney's Office, we have the FBI. Again, our number one priority is ensuring that we find that suspect and hold them accountable.
Do you have the ages of the victims?
Ages range from juvenile to adult. I don't have specific ages that I can release at this time.
Do you know if multiple people fired guns or if it was just one person?
That's under investigation at this time.
Were the victims inside or outside of the venue?
To my understanding, and again, I'll correct this if needed, but to my understanding that the victims were inside of the banquet hall.
What is the name of the banquet hall?
I'll have to provide that at a later time.
Do you know what was happening at the banquet hall? What type of event this was?
To my understanding, it was a family gathering.
The mayor said it was something to do with the child's birthday celebration. Can you elaborate?
That's information that's coming in at this time. I do not have that to confirm.
Where's the suspect?
we're working to locate the suspect at this time.
Is there any reason to believe that it's more than one person?
That's information that we'll have to confirm at a later time.
Were any firearms recovered at the scene?
I don't have that information for you at this time.
Do you have information on
Description of the vehicle?
the investigation on the Fort Plaza?
We will not be releasing that information at this time. Everything is under investigation.
Are you
Wait, what aren't they releasing? I didn't hear that last question.
Firearms recovered at the scene?
I don't have that information for you at this time.
Do you have information on
Description of the vehicle?
the investigation on the Fort Plaza?
We will not be releasing that information at this time. Everything is under investigation.
are you able to share which direction the banquet hall is in, if it's further down Thornton or on Lucille?
So behind us, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a Dairy Queen. Inside that parking area, there is a banquet hall.
So it's that
It's further down.
So we're in the wrong spot. City or county?
County. The sheriff's office is handling this investigation at this time.
Was the shooter outside when the shots were fired?
Specific information is all under investigation at this time. We will be providing an update when we can.
I have to imagine, I don't know if you're able to speak on this, investigations like this involving children cannot be easy for any of the deputies or officers on scene.
It is unfathomable that there are young children who are harmed, that there's anybody who is harmed in this, and our hearts go out to those victims, to their families, and to our community.
Tragedy of this nature is unthinkable, and it absolutely breaks our heart to have the loss of life and to have loss of life to children in our community. Right now, we are doing everything possible to bring the individual that's responsible for this to justice. We are working very hard with a multi-agency approach led by the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office and with other agencies that are involved, including Stockton Police Department, California Highway Patrol, and the Department of Justice. It's our understanding at this time that the individual responsible is still outstanding. If you have any information as to this individual, reach out immediately. And if you are this individual, turn yourself in immediately. My office is also working very, very hard with all the other agencies providing support, including my investigation unit, my chief of homicide, and my victim witness advocates that are providing assistance to the families and their victims.
They should know who this person is. They gotta know. They gotta know. There's no way that people are inside of a building. You hit 14 of them, right? And you get away with it without any of them knowing exactly who it is, who you are. Nah, they know exactly who this was. And as a matter of fact, I think the person was inside, right? I think, I'm assuming it's a guy. I think he was inside with them when this all went down, because it's easy to determine where the shooter was. Look on the ground for the shells. The shells are going to be within the vicinity of where the shooter was, So if the shells are in the parking lot, well, then he was outside shooting in. If the shells are on the inside, well, he was inside of there letting off rounds, and my guess, he was inside. Whoever it was inside of that building, and he definitely wasn't shooting a 9mm, because you hit 14 people. Unless you're a marksman, which I guess it's possible, but to hit 14 people for the average criminal, you're not doing that. Not with the handgun. Not unless you have like an illegal modification that turns it into a fully auto and you just praying and spraying, which I guess that's a possibility too. Whoever it was, I think they just went in there and just was spraying. Not a marksman of any sort. They just sprayed. That's just my guess. But it's tragic either way. A child's birthday party. Children were clearly lost in this incident based on that lady's face, right? You could see it almost looked like she had either been crying or she was trying to keep herself, composed. And that's just so sad, man. It really is. Children. They should be off limits, but these demons today, man, children, grandparents, wives, ain't none of them off limits these days. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild, man. But y'all stay safe out there. Stay aware of your surroundings, and thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, man. This is just tragic. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.